You know, darling, for a man as bright and aware as you are, you haven't been very observant.
What do you mean?
See?
A pipe rack.
Mm-hmm.
A pipe rack?
Not just any pipe rack.
Now look, Susan, I know that you're pregnant and that you have very strange cravings for weird food, but you really can't start smoking a pipe. You'll look silly. And aside from that, it's not healthy for you.
It's not for me, silly. That belongs to Arnold.
Arnold smokes a pipe now?
Yes, he does, and he uses aromatic tobacco, too. Here, have a whiff. Love the smell.
I'm glad. You're really turning him into a real person, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I have to make him as real as I possibly can because I invited Aunt Alice over this afternoon for tea, and she's going to find out I'm pregnant.
Why are you going to tell her now?
Alan, I have to tell her now. I'm showing.
Oh, yes, I know that.
Yes. I'm going to convince her that Arnold is the father. Hey, it's our baby. Yours and mine.
I know. It's ours.
But since we're the only ones who can ever know that for sure, I had to invent Arnold. Do you understand?
I understand. I understand why there has to be an Arnold Wellington.
Good. I really hate lying to Aunt Alice, though. You know, she trusts me so much, and she's so gullible. But I've got to do it.
I don't know if I like the idea, though.
Well, it's the best idea I could come up with. Alan, everybody's going to know that I'm pregnant, and I know I can convince Aunt Alice that Arnold's the father.
I'm worried about Monica.
Why?
Well, she's no fool. I mean, you're going to have to come up with some proof. It's one thing to say that there is an Arnold Wellington, but it's another thing to come up with an Arnold Wellington. I mean, a flesh and blood Arnold Wellington.
Well, we're just going to have to take it one step at a time.
I'll tell you what. She's going to want to meet this fictitious lover of yours.
Well, we'll think of something, if and when the time comes.
It'll come. That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh, hi. Hi, Monica. You just getting home from the hospital? Yes, I got the afternoon off. Well, great. This is my short day, and I was kind of hoping we could spend some time together.
You know, that's funny. Well, I have to admit something. When I took the afternoon off, I knew about your short day, and I was kind of hoping that you'd be around.
And here I am.
What are you looking up in the phone book?
Well, I was checking to see if Arnold Wellington was listed.
Oh, any success?
No, but maybe he's just not listed.
Listen, I wanted to thank you. Well, I want to thank you for calling me about the flowers that were sent to Susan Moore at the disco. What name did you just say?
What?
The name that you were looking up.
Arnold Wellington.
Right, Kathy, you know, it's funny. Susan Moore has moved from her apartment, hotel, or whatever. And I have no idea where she lives. Do you happen to know?
No.
Well, I would really like to know.
Well, I'm pretty resourceful.
Yeah?
I had to be at the orphanage.
Well, that, I'm sure.
Gosh, the girls and I used to play all sorts of tricks. Whew. But heck, finding out where Susan lives and her number ought to be a snap.
Really, you think so?
I know so. Oh, I hope I don't sound like I'm bragging.
Oh, no, of course you don't. I just, I think it's kind of strange. I mean, Susan has moved. But where just seems to be a secret.
Well, secrets were made to be found out.
And you think you can?
Mind if I prove it?
No, I don't. I'd like to see you do what you say you can.
Well, what's so difficult about finding out where somebody lives? You don't need to hire a detective for that. Look, Susan goes home at night. That means that it'll be easy to find out where home is.
Was this
favor you're gonna ask?
First of all, you sure you want to be doing me any favors at all?
It's the first one you've asked for. You know, you never ask for any help around here or any favors. Maybe prison life is getting to you.
Well, how about it?
What is it?
I want you to go to the warden's office. Tell him I want to talk to my attorney.
Okay, sure.
His name's Joe Kelly.
It's not a very big favor to ask. Be glad to do it.
This is his number. Try to deliver it personally to the warden's office if you can.
It's as good as done.
All right, thanks.
Okay. You making any progress? You think there's any chance of you getting a parole?
Well, I think I got about a snowball's chance in hell of getting a parole. See, I don't have a lot of friends upstairs. I wish I did. It might help keep me alive a bit longer.
Maybe you get a break.
Not the only break I've had lately is this Joe Kelly guy.
Well, I'll make sure the warden gets his number.
Thanks again.
It's nothing.
Lab on line 4B. Dr. Banks, call the lab on line 4B.
Glad you're all here.
Oh? What's this all about, Joe?
Maybe the strangest development yet.
What's that?
Diana Taylor's murder. Well, I'm sorry, bear with me. I know, but would you please repeat to me again everything that you remember about what happened that night at the accident?
I've already told you.
I know, and I just talked to Jeff, and he gave me his description of what happened.
Well, you got both our descriptions.
What are you going for here, Joe?
Do you remember the nurse that assisted you at the accident?
Yeah, she was there.
Tell me about her.
Joe, we didn't work together directly.
Can you describe her to me?
No, I really can't. It was dark. I was very busy.
Did you see her?
Joe, I got probably a couple glimpses of her, that's all. Why are you asking?
Could it have been Heather?
Can I help you, sir? I'd like to send 3 telegrams, please.
Okay.
Shoot. Same message to all 3 parties. The message is, appointment will be necessary. Yours truly, Luke Spencer. Got it?
I got it.
All right. The first one goes to Alex Quartermaine, ALEXQUARTERMAINE. She's at ELQ International 2457, Charles Plaza.
It's here in town.
They all go here in town, pal.
Who's the second one go to?
All right, the second one goes to Anthony Castle. Mr. Castle is C-A-S.
I know how to spell it.
Fine, all right. His address will be the Yacht Titan, T-I-T-A-N, Port Charles Harbor, dock number 48.
All right. Next one.
The last one goes to Robert Scorpio, S-C-O-R-P-I-O. He is at Harbor Towers, the penthouse.
All right. You're allowed 10 words. You didn't use them. You want to add something?
No, the message is very succinct. I think everybody will know what I mean. How much do I owe you?
Wait a minute. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Very reasonable. There is one more thing. I do not want these messages phoned. Hand-delivered only. Do you understand?
I'll get right on it.
All right. I thank you. And make sure they are hand-delivered immediately.
I got it. Thank you.
They're going to mean a lot to all these friends. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Where else could she be?
But nobody can prove she was there.
Well, Joe, to be fair, the burden of proof isn't on Heather. First, you have to have evidence to suggest that she got out of the sanitarium somehow.
Well, yes, she is innocent until she is proven otherwise.
Joe, why do you think it was Heather?
I just went out to the sanitarium. I had a long talk with a security nurse out there, a woman by the name
Hi,
of...
everyone. Hi. I hate to interrupt.
Brian? Oh, that's all right. No problem.
Joe, I just came by to ask how's Heather doing over at Kelly's.
She's fine. She likes to work. The work seems to be good for her, and Rose really appreciates the help.
Well, that's good. Would you all like to hear a progress report on Heather?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Brian, we'd be interested.
Well, I just had a consultation with Dr. Katz, and he tells me that, you know, Heather has not missed a session, and that's a good sign.
Yes, it is.
Hey, I realize I interrupted.
No, Brian. It's quite all right. We're all very glad to hear that Heather's doing so well.
Look, I'm very sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no. Hey, Brian, listen, I know we all seem like we're kind of down and out. It's not because of you. We were just discussing Jeff, and we're all kind of in a state of shock because he left us so quickly, you know.
Look, Joe, do me a favor. Just tell the Webbers and the Hardys that I'm here if ever they need me.
I will, and thank you for feeling that way, man.
I couldn't feel any other way.
Thanks.
See you.
He felt like he was butting in. I had to set him straight.
As long as he's okay. Joe, let's get back to your question.
I was just out at Forest Hills. Yeah. And I talked to Shelley Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
She denies ever being at that accident.
What?
Yes, exactly. She's hurt, she's upset, she's getting all kinds of flack from people. She says the newspapers are blowing smoke. She said she was at Forest Hills that night and never left.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, isn't it just? So she's walking around with a commendation that she says she doesn't deserve. She doesn't know who does, but she knows one thing. It's not her.
So, who was the nurse at the accident who claimed to be Shelley Vernon?
Yeah, that seems to be the question, doesn't it? Well, at the award ceremony, who came and accepted the commendation for Shelley Vernon?
No one that we saw.
Well, she had been there, but we didn't see her.
Joe, by the time we got there, they said she had already been there and left. She was late for work and had to leave.
She went to work without getting her commendation.
Well, she had to get to work, and the sheriff was delayed.
We never saw anyone.
Isn't it interesting that someone seems to be impersonating Shelley Vernon? Isn't it interesting that Shelley Vernon is Heather's nurse? And the sheriff mailed the commendation to Miss Vernon.
Joe, you're clearly implying
No, I
that...
know what I'm implying. Listen, furthermore, when you take a look at Shelley Vernon, you are going to be amazed at how much she looks like Heather.
Joe, don't you think you're sort of jumping to conclusions?
No, I don't. I honestly don't. I think I'm putting together points and I'm adding them up. I am telling you, I went out there and had a 5-minute dialogue to the back of Heather's head, and when that head turned around, it was Shelley Vernon. These women look alike. And Miss Vernon herself told me that she is very, very concerned that someone is going around impersonating her.
Joe, don't let any of this get back to Anne.
No, please don't say anything to Anne. She's terrified of Heather and her tricks.
Yeah, well, Heather's tricky. We all know that. But maybe it's time that we started appreciating just how dangerous this woman could be.